training site for safe weapon handling, youth hunting, and marksmanship. The challenges are safety and liability. Next slide is on safety, and that's just pretty much telling range safety rules and how to shoot safely. The next slide is liability. Oklahoma Statutes Title 76 Torts 7656 goes into explanation on liabilities for gun ranges. The potential solutions: gun club, city-owned, outdoor, indoor, or State Department of Wildlife. I'm going this pretty quick. If I get to going too fast, just stop me. Potential solution number one: gun and archery club, or an LLC or nonprofit. Advantages: reduces city liability, supports all previous advantages, improves gun safety for all attendees, and a minimal cost to the patron. Disadvantages are limited capital, donated land, unlikely, and seasonal. Potential solution two: city-operated outdoor range. Southside City could build and operate an outdoor range on its land. Advantages: supports some of the previous advantages, improves gun safety for attendees, and potential revenue. Disadvantages would be operational responsibility, limited liability, high cost to patron, and it could be seasonal. Now, the next slide is a potential range site. I only put that in there because we had it from the last time. We don't know what land the city owns outside the city limits or anywhere else. We did know that they owned that. That's why we put that in there. And at that site was an existing range at one time. Now, it wasn't an official range. It was, I think, back when the state owned the property. If the state owned the property and gave it to Southside, I don't know how that all worked out. But people used that as a range, and it was a pretty good one until people started dumping washers and dryers, and that became a potential problem. Potential solution 2B, city-operated, indoor. I'm just gonna let y'all read that because that is really expensive to have an indoor range, and I don't think that's even feasible. But we put it in there as a potential solution. State Department of Wildlife. At one time, back when we started this, the State Department of Wildlife had grants for ranges, and you had to donate land, and they would build the range and run it, blah, blah, blah. Well, we presented that to the board then. It was researched by someone, and evidently, I don't know for what reason it wasn't a viable solution, but I don't know what happened to it. It may have been put out in the meeting and I didn't hear it, but anyway, that wasn't an avenue that was used, and I don't know if it still exists today. But the next slide is the picture of a Department of Wildlife range. As you can see in the picture, it doesn't take a whole lot to set up a range. It's pretty bare. They can be as bare as you want, or they can be as nice as you want. All right, and to my last point, I'll let y'all go. All I'm asking for is the city to form a committee to discuss these options and other options, and have this committee return to the city council to present their recommendations in 60 days or 90 days, whichever, open to more days. That's all I'm asking for. Any questions?
Howard, I had looked, wasn't there a talk at one time, I know it says Cherokee Wild on your map here, Cherokee Wildlife Management Area, wasn't there a talk at one time at the Cookson, at the refuge at Cookson, they were talking about putting in a range up there, or were you aware of that?
I was not aware of that. I haven't heard anything like
That
that.
had been discussed quite some time ago, but I didn't know. And also on your map, you can add Barling to that, because Barling has a really good gun club, good shooting range over at Barling too, and the Barling Gun Club. So that can go on your map too, if you like.
Okay, I'll add that to it.
In fact, they have a really vibrant shooting community over there in their range. And I think they've even got some long-range shootings over at Barling too. So,
Yeah, they have nice ranges over in Arkansas.
yeah. So anyway, I didn't know if you knew anything about the one at Cookson, because there had been talk about putting in something up there, so. And then this other slide, it says that they've done a Beaver River. Is that the ones you know of at the wildlife
Yes.
refuges so far? How old is this information?
That is since 2022.
Okay. Any questions for Howard? Any comments? Would you like to
Nope.
comment? Okay.
Good?
Well, we'll take it under advisement.
All right,
Okay,
thank
Thank
you.
you, Howard. Item 7, discussion and possible action, was there any other direction that you may want to do on that? Okay. Item 7, discussion and possible action on supplemental watershed plan number 7 and environmental evaluation for the South Oak Creek watershed between the Natural Resources Conservation and Service Acquisition and Procurement Division, Section 3, in cooperation with Adair County Conservation District and City of South Saw et al. Ms. Haggard.
Mr. Roderick is here. I think he's going to come up and do some explanation. The way I understand it is that we, years ago, was a sponsor to this, and now they're wanting to just remove us as a sponsor, but he can go into more detail for you all.
Yes, good afternoon. So basically, it's just removal of being a sponsorship on it. We've done the preliminary investigation, we've done the planning side of things on South 13 and 19. We're at the point where we're about to send it off to our chief in Washington DC to get it authorized. Part of that comes with it that they want to know that the sponsor or sponsors are going to take over as far as operation and maintenance if it continues to go forward. But if there are sponsors that don't want to be on it, they need to sign off saying that, hey, we're no longer going to be involved with this. Not 100% sure why. This is a weird one. There's probably about 6 other, I think there's 6 sponsors in total. 5 of them don't even have a clue that they're on it, and we're kind of shocked when we even brought it to their attention. So this happened 50, 60 years ago, but that's what that is. So tonight, I just need a signature, basically stating that y'all are removing yourself as sponsors or from these watersheds.
Okay. Do we have a document that we're going to sign on that? Okay.
Yes.
We need a motion to go ahead and do that, remove us.
I'll make a motion, we approve the signing of the agreement to take us off of it?
Yeah. Remove us from the watershed project.
Yes.
Second.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Thank you.
Yes.
Martins.
Yes,
Thank you. Kim?
let's give it to
Yeah.
Kim.
It's actually, it's the same one, we'll just sign 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, for all the others are signed. Will you send me a copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just making sure I didn't need to sign.
Thank you.
All right,
Eric,
thank you, Mr.
thank you so
Roderick.
much.
Thank you. Okay, item 8. It's going to take me a little while to read this. Discussion of possible action on ordinance 2024-07, an ordinance amending the employee retirement system defined benefit plan for the city of South Saw, Oklahoma by adopting a revised and restated retirement plan, providing retirement benefits for eligible employees of the city of South Saw, providing for purpose and organization, providing for definitions, providing for eligibility and participation, providing for non-alienation of benefits, providing for employer and employee contributions, providing for accounting, allocation, and evaluation, providing benefits, providing for required notice, providing for amendments and termination, providing for transfer to and from other plans, creating a retirement committee, and providing for powers, duties, and rights of the retirement committee, providing for payment of certain obligations, providing for duration and payment of expenses, providing for effective date, providing for vesting schedules, providing for a fund to finance the system to be pooled with other incorporated cities, towns, and their agencies and instrumentalities for purposes of administration, management, and investment as part of the Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund, providing for payment of all contributions under the system to the Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund for management and investment, providing for repealer and severability, adopting those amendments mandated by the Internal Revenue Code. Who wants to talk about this one?
All of that to say this, that the OMRF, our Defined Benefit Master Plan and Joiner Agreement, has been updated by the IRS. And so therefore, as a member, we're required to formally adopt the new plan and all the language that it provides. And the detailed changes were all included in your attachments. And these changes will take effect on January 1st of 2025. So staff would recommend approval of the ordinance 2024-07.
So is it just language, or is, they're not changing nothing for the retirement? So
From
that-
what yeah, it's just,
It looked like a lot of verbiage changes. It
yeah,
didn't
just
look
a
like
lot of
any,
verbiage with the
any
IRS.
benefit
and-
structures changed any. And really, it was a lot of removal of unnecessary.
Who would like to?
Exhibit 3 on there, if you know, was the summary of the changes that was provided in your packet.
All right, who'd like to make that motion?
Just read the bottom of that.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2024-07.
You wanna read it all again?
No.
I don't blame you. Second?
A second?
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes, thank you all. Item 9, discussion and possible action on purchase order number 102823, issued to Lattimore Welding, which was $5,370 above the previously approved amount for weir replacement at the Southsaw wastewater treatment plant. CJ, Robin, who wants to talk about this one?
I will, if you have any questions, CJ's here to answer them, but you guys approved the weir replacement that was scheduled, that was budgeted for this year, the project. When the angle iron and stuff got ordered for it, it was carbon metal instead of stainless steel. So in order to be able to weld properly and then also for the longevity, we wanted to send that back, and everything at the plant right now is currently stainless anyway, so we wanted to keep it all that way. And so the difference in cost was the $5,370. So we're gonna send that carbon back, and has it already been? Okay. And so we just wanted to bring this to you guys for the price difference of $5,370 to change that to the stainless.
You already have the stainless? Already been ordered? How long before you get it?
I make a motion to approve purchase order number 102823.
Second.
Bailey,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Okay, item 10, possible action to convene to executive session to discuss the employment, hiring, and appointment of a city manager and municipal judge in accordance with 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B1. Mr. Pace, do you recommend we go into executive session?
I do.
Make a motion.
Second?
Bailey, yeah. Mendiola,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. do I have a motion to return to regular session?
You ready, Kim? Make a motion.
Second?
Mendiola,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes, let the record show there was no vote taken. On item 12, we did not make a decision on the city manager's position, so we'll go to number 13.
Can I get that, and there's just on 12, no action.
Okay, can I have a motion for no action?
I make a motion for no action taken.
Second?
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. So then 13, we're talking about a interim municipal judge position. So do we have a motion for that?
That's on the next
That's
one.
That's
the
14.
next
I'm
one.
sorry, 14.
So same thing on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need a motion on that one? No action taken?
just no
Yes,
action.
I'm
I make a
sorry.
motion, no action taken.
We've never had one with that many items together. like
Second.
that. Do you have a second?
Yes, Brad. Mendiola,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Now item 14. Motion for interim municipal
That's
judge.
Kenny.
Yeah, I make a motion that we hire Ronald Lawson as an interim city judge, the temporary.
You want that starting tomorrow,
Immediately.
today, easily?
Starting today.
Second?
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Okay, make sure I know what I'm doing here, because that was confusing. Number 15, received update on current and future project. Ms. Hager.
Keith.
Good evening. Your swimming pool project is going along really well. If you haven't been by lately, they've already started laying blocks, standing the first restroom to be built. They should have this somewhere close to complete by Thursday, which will allow them to then at that point come in and make preparations for the final measurements for the trusses that go over the top of them. They will also at that point move down and start working on the concession stand building, which, once they start laying that block, should make a huge impact on the site of the area. That's Hoey Construction that's doing that part of it. Boy Construction is the one working on the pool. The rain has probably done more damage with them than anything, since they're still in the dirt work phase. They do have some areas that have shown up to be soft that they're gonna have to work on, so they're working on solutions for that right now to get that going. It's not a major impact, but, you know, we don't want anything to cause any problems with any of the dirt work at this time. As you've seen also on Kerr Boulevard, Seven Brews and Taco Bell are coming along very well. They're looking at doing some hiring starting next month and training. If all goes well, they should be open the way they're talking next 30, 45 days, if everything goes well. Permits have been issued for the Whataburger, so if you haven't been by, they've already started their foundation work. They began doing the pad and some site work for that. They are talking like that will be at least 120 to 180 days, depending on the weather. The Drake Lennington Water Project has began. We probably have about a third of it done and in the ground at this time. The rain didn't really slow them down. Patriot has been a good contractor, and they've not let hardly anything set them back. So they're doing us a good job at this time. They've stayed in great contact with the local property owners in the area, and everybody at this time is pleased with the work that they're doing on site. We've also been working with Scott Neal to go out with, on future projects for the Drake sewer line and also the East Drake water line. So we've got those in the works. If you have any other questions, be happy to answer them. We don't have any other future projects that we're working on at this time. So,
That, water line for that addition out there at the college we talked about a month or so ago, we were gonna get bids,
That's the Easter egg, yes.
East Street. Where we at on that? We got any bids on that?
We've
No.
got Scott's contract on the SMA agenda.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on all that still, so.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else?
VA?
The VA is still chugging along. They've got the same schedule. We're still doing daily inspections out there. Some days it may be just 2, 3 inspections. Some day we may have someone out there all day long. They are pushing the wings along as fast as they can. But right now, as it stands, they're still on schedule.
I think George spoke with somebody the other day, and their ribbon cutting is expected to be in February.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it. Thank you,
All right.
Miller.
Thank you.
Item 16, received update on the financial status of the city and activities of the finance department.
So this is for October. The sales tax for October was $663,000, and the use tax was $78,000. Both of those are an increase from October of last year. At the end of October, 4 months into the fiscal year, we should be at 33% of our budget goals. For the general fund, our revenues are at 35, our expenses are at 34. And SMA taxes are at 36, telecom 33, sanitation and landfill 33, electric 32, water and sewer 39. The total revenue with all the miscellaneous included is at 26. And then our overall SMA expenses is at 26%. So all of that's staying status quo and within the budget guidelines. And the only other note that I had is we had our new auditors on site. Jana Walker's firm was here this past week, Monday and Tuesday, and have dove in head first, and hopefully we will get this on the December agenda for presentation. And that's all I have on the financial.
How about administrative report?
I do, I just wanted to touch note on some updates that I had, on the South Cedar electric line. Kiowa had, gone to help the hurricane, and they came back and the wires pulled, from what I understand on Blakely on that. So, the storm sirens that are fixing to be installed, we have to get that electric line, and Blakely's working to tidy up what's left on that so that we can put the new storm siren down there on South Cedar and get the others installed and up and running. The only other, the landfill cell 8A, I spoke with Jamie the other day on that. He said that the last permeability test just passed, and so then the clay liner will begin. Hopefully that will be expected to be completed by the end of the year, weather permitting. And then on the soccer, I had an update.
Mention that too.
I just got an update from PDG, and civil engineering's wrapping up everything by next Friday on the soccer. Final review is set for the week of the 18th, and then hopefully we'll be ready to bid ready for bid after Thanksgiving, and then award bid after the first of the year. So he's gonna send us some stuff probably in a week or so to review, just to see where we stand from a budgetary standpoint, on the, anything additional or whatever on the layout.
Will they have a drawing on that? The
Do what?
layout or drawing of it?
Yes. I think that's it.
Okay, any questions from anyone for the city manager?
Just want to say thanks for my lights at the sports complex. Pull in, they look good,
Good.
so.
Thanks for the tornado sirens going off the way they did the other night.
For sure.
I think everybody did a good job on that, and I know we had a little bit of criticism because of the way one cloud looked, but we had spotters out all around, and we had lots of folks that were watching that very closely, and I just appreciate what we did with the
Yep.
storm sirens going off the way they did.
Yep.
And I think everybody that was involved with that did the best they could to make sure that that was done as quickly as possible, because that storm blew up quick.
Yes, it did.
And it was a really weird storm. So I just say, I want to say thank you to everybody involved in that, that was a really weird experience with that one. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. That'll take us right into our SMA meeting. I'm gonna call that meeting in order and say that we do have a quorum. Possible action on the minutes of regular meeting of October 14th, 2024.
Make a motion.
Second.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 4, discussion and possible action on change order number 4 in the amount of $10,979.22 for the Southside Aquatics Facility Project, Hoy Construction Company.
That's actually a deduct
Deduct.
of $10,979. So the block that they're putting up right now, we went with a stock color that was available, so we didn't have to wait on the lead time to slow the project down. And that resulted in a cost saving of $10,979 to the city.
Good.
Make a motion, we approve change order number 4 in the amount of negative $10,979.22.
Second.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 5, discuss and consider action, approval of contract for engineering services with Neil Harville and Associates in the amount of $23,800 for water system East Drake Waterline Extension. There you go, Mr.
So this is the East Drake that you were referring to a while ago, Josh. We need to get the contract set in place with Scott Neal and them for their engineering services in this amount of $23,800. And then we will work to get it bid out due to the lack of staff available to construct the line ourselves. So the staff would recommend approval of his contract.
I make a motion to approve the contract in the amount of $23,800.
Second.
Bailey,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Item 6, discuss and consider approval of 2-year solid waste disposal agreement with Sue's Recycling and Sanitation of Gore.
Sue's Recycling is currently bringing us about 10,000 tons of solid waste per year. Their contract was up for renewal. I did push the date out. They requested, instead of renewing in November, to push the date to January 1 of '25 to align with their budget. This contract will set the pricing for the tonnage for 2 years at $30 per ton plus the $1.25 for the ODEQ disposal fee. So the total will be $31.25 per ton.
Did we say the same, or?
Yeah, how's that comparable to last?
No, it's an increase from their last contract.
Make a motion, we approve the agreement?
Second.
I will make a comment on that. We normally, over the 2-year period, we have a steady increase over the 2-year. He was not interested in extending this out past a year, and we have these staggered on different years that we negotiate, and I didn't want them both to be negotiated the same year. So I agreed to leave it status quo for the second year to go ahead and get him to agree to a 2-year term. So,
Mendiola,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Do we have any other administrative reports?
I don't.
Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moody,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Mendiola,
Yes.
Martins.
Yes. Thank you all for being here.